That sounded terrible.
Doing?
I don't know. What are you doing?
I was practicing this morning.
Practicing what?
My hula hooping. I want to go for my arm, like right onto my head, and then do the neck and go down the body. What are you doing?
I'm recording you. That's how I like to start my videos.
I know.
With silliness.
Hi guys.
Hi. What time is it?
Bedtime. I just had
It
dinner.
looks like it's blazer o'clock.
It's not even 0:00. It's 7:14.
It's 7:14 o'clock blazer time.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere. You think blazers, I think booze.
Alright. Well, this is going nowhere fast. Pulled the blazer in, as you can see. You know what that means? Time to start working on it.
Mm-hmm.
The time has come, because that is now painted. So it don't need to be in there. That needs to be in there. Getting fixed so we can get it back on the road before winter. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah? Mini Jeep. It's alright. Here it is. It's in the garage. I gave her a little rev so you could hear that rod knock. Because, you know, the more I knock it, the better it'll be to fix it, right? Wrong. Wrong? Wrong? Wrong. I need wipers. I tried them. The sprayers work, but this wiper fell apart. Makes me wonder, did this kid even put wipers on? Look at this. That's still good, right? It's a snake. So yeah, blazer's in the garage. Time to start working on it. Got the 4A covered up there on a proper engine stand. Milk crate. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and start working on this unit. The time has come. I'm excited. I'm hoping I can save this thing and have her back on the road in a couple months maybe would be really ideal. What do you think? A couple months would be ideal?
About next week.
Next week. Now I like your thinking.
Oh, never.
Oh, uh-oh. You videoing me, videoing you, videoing me, videoing you.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Cool. So we're going to go ahead and start ripping on this thing. Start getting this thing all stripped down. It is awkward when someone's videoing you.
We start out at your face.
Yeah. It is kind of weird. Maybe I'll quit doing that to you.
We'll start out right at your eyeball. And then you pull back.
All right. We're going to start working on the blazer. Get this engine bay all stripped clean and get this block and heads up out of here. Alright, so I've been cranking away on the Blazer today. I didn't video any of me ripping it apart because it'd just be a huge time lapse. So here's where we're at so far. Don't want to lose my liquid gold, my R12. So that's just hanging there, you know. Quality. So here it is. I ain't got it unbolted from the transmission yet. I'm just trying to get as much stuff out of the way as I can. Sure looks pretty clean inside though, which is nice. You can tell it's got low miles. A little bit of goo on there, but you know, I'll clean it all up. It did have a Felpro intake gasket on it, so I assume someone's changed this once before. And 2 of the bolts, I took them out with my fingers. They weren't even tight. 4 more of the bolts, I could literally just use my wrist with the ratchet to crack them loose. So I'm going to assume that whoever did this gasket just didn't tighten it very good and it popped already. There's our pile of parts. I'm going to start taking these manifolds bolts out now. I'm going to try and leave the manifolds in this thing and pull the engine out because it looks like an absolute nightmare to pull the nuts off of them. So it's my first time pulling an engine out of an S10 Blazer, so bear with me in my inexperience. It's not quite the same as my K5. It's a lot tighter. Well, I'll keep on cranking. Alright, so what's going on? So it's been a couple days since I worked on this, but did get the engine out. There she be. There she not be. Yeah, I know I didn't video it. I don't know. Well, it took me forever because I've never pulled an engine out of one of these before. A little tricky getting it past the manifolds. Yeah, I leak tranny fluid everywhere. Lovely. Like my floor dry. Audi bags. So anyway, here she is. Valve train looks amazingly clean. Almost looks brand new, honestly. Which makes sense with the miles. There's the other one. A little bit of goo here, no big deal. Get her all cleaned up. It's got that balancing shaft in there. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and flip this sucker upside down and get this oil pan off and see what we got going on and see what kind of damage is done. Oh man. Well, found 2 things. This rod bearing was spun and this main bearing. I had I was getting excited pulling these rod caps off because this bearing spun, but the crank looks perfectly fine. All the rest seem fine. A little bit of wear here, but that could probably be polished. But this, on the other hand, that's ruined. Look how far it cut down in. Oh man. And here's that main bearing. I mean, that is a severe lip. Oh man. And then of course the rest aren't very nice just because metal went through them. And here's that rod bearing, which it don't even fit in the cap anymore. Look at that. Look at those gaps. Great. Well, I'll be looking for a crank for this engine, I guess, because there's no way I don't think they make oversized bearings that much. I don't know. Otherwise, the rest is just fine. They're worn because of the material. There was a little bit of debris in the screen here. As you can see, all the metal coming out of it too. Oh man. Well, otherwise it looks amazing in here though. Almost looks brand new, like it was just assembled. Here's that other piece of that bearing. Junk. One thing I thought was silly here, look at that. Somebody paint markered a heart on it. Aww. Destined for failure. Silly. Alright, so now that we're done looking at this engine and figuring out what's wrong with it, I'm going to talk about my plans. So the cylinders, from what I can see on the bottom side, they look great. I will be pulling the heads off of it, but I think I'm going to hold on pulling the heads until the next video. I'm going to wait until I get all the parts ordered, all the seals, and then I'm just going to pull the heads off and do the valve seals and everything and put them back in, put it back together once I get everything. And I did find a crank. There's actually a couple of companies that have them online, but believe it or not, Rock Auto, great price. They want $233 for a brand new crank that matches the number on this engine here. That there pretty number. Where's it at? Where's it at? There it is. Yep, that number there. And it comes with rod bearings and main bearings. Deal. So, a lot cheaper than I thought for a new crank, especially getting the bearings with it. Smoking deal. So I'm going to have to get some new motor mounts too, because, yeah, those aren't going to last long. So I'll get some motor mounts. I'm going to get all new gaskets and seals. Of course, rear main, front main, pan gasket. I'm going to do the head. I could be lazy and leave the heads, because, I mean, 70,000 miles, but it's already out. I'm pulling them. I'm putting the new head gaskets on it. Just feel like it's stupid not to. They're only like $8 for Felpro gaskets. So I'm going to get the new gaskets for that. Get the valve seals. I got to get a tool. I borrowed my brother's to do the K5 valve springs. So I do need to buy a valve spring tool. But I'll get that ordered and get all the other parts ordered for this thing and go through and clean that pump out, because it's leaking metal debris. I'll show you the oil pan. Why not? Creamy. Look at all that metal down there. Yum. Yeah, that's nice. The oil's over here. Might as well show that off. Let's get a screwdriver. Oh yeah. Lots of metal. Looks good. I make a nice paint job. Look at that. Enough metallic in there to paint the whole vehicle. Man. Now I got it all dirty. Nice clean rag. Don't mind the toolbox. That's a mess. So yeah, I already went to town, threw some cash in the bank. I'm going to get this crank ordered tonight, and Summit has a whole gasket kit. I'm going to buy that. Oh no. I broke my temp sensor. We are going to keep using that because the latch is on this side. Ha! Not changing that. And I am going to get a new timing chain too. Why not? It's already out. So yeah, it'll be a nice little refresh. And I think this engine's going to be good to go after that. Wish I could really see down in them cylinders. Oh yeah, look at that cross hatching. Mint. Not even gonna pull them pistons. I'm leaving them. Cam doesn't look too bad. So yeah, I think we're gonna do all right. I was a little worried about the price of the crank, but I was pretty excited to see it's only 230 bucks. So cool. Sorry the video is short and I didn't video much of me pulling it. It had been a pretty long time lapse. It took me like 5-6 hours, so no big deal. Next video though, we'll get those heads off, start putting this thing back together, and I'll try to do some videoing of putting it in. So I guess until the next video, peace.